This is an October update on my 112 gallon average reef. If you've watched even one or two of my monthly update videos, you'll note the tank looks a little bit different this month. My giant green leather, I'm not really sure 100% if it is Cineraria or Nephthia, had fallen over again. It's gotten so heavy that it was pulling at the rockwork, so I moved it from the front to the back. Originally it was resting against the front glass at times, and now it's resting against the back glass. I don't really like having to put things right up against the glass, but in an 18-inch wide tank, sometimes you don't have a choice. It was also tricky to mount here, so I had to get a little bit creative. I used an 1.5 inch piece of PVC and managed to stuff the coral into the PVC, glued it there, and then glued the PVC to the rockwork and to the glass. The glue is that thermoplastic polymer stuff, the stuff that you put into hot water. So it's not really glue, it's kind of a mixture between glue and epoxy. So I will be able to remove the coral again. Other than that, most of the corals are doing well. My flame hawkfish would agree that this blue lepto is really taking off. I think it'll just be a couple more months before I need to put another rock underneath it, or maybe I'll just let it encrust to the glass. My branching Cyphastria continues to encrust, but hasn't really started branching out yet. Hopefully that will change anytime soon. Besides moving the big leather, I did move a few other small pieces, just to keep everything neat. These toadstools are getting a lot more attention now than they were before when they were behind the big leather. And there's even a little space underneath them to add a couple more mushrooms or some other softie. Put another plug under the pectinia because it's getting close to the point where it will start encrusting on the glass if I turn my back for too long. Other than that, most of the soft corals are all doing well, growing like crazy, but I'm still having issues with the hard corals. This acro looks like it's got burned tips, but my alkalinity is actually all the way down to 6.5, so it's not burned tips from high alkalinity. Still can't really figure out what the problem is. This little green guy is still doing great, and the Passalpora is looking fantastic as always. It's getting to be a little bit frustrating, but in a mixed reef setting there's always something that's not really doing great. It could be my imagination, but these clove polyps, the polyps themselves look bigger. And here's one shot of my pom-pom Xena being hammered by flow, but doesn't really seem to mind. So this guy's still going to expand a lot. He did take quite a beating when I pulled him out of the water, glued him onto the pipe, glued him onto the rock. This is actually the same day I finished gluing, so it'll probably take a few more, but he's already looking great. The Gorgonian just barely will touch the leather. I don't think it's too big of a deal. If I turn off the flow and pull this to the top, a good 4 inches or more sticks out of the water. From this semi-centered view, you can see the pipe. I don't think it'll be long before Coraline covers the PVC, but if it's still an eyesore, I'll just stick some pallies or something else over top of the pipe. That's about it for this month. Since I'm getting tired of struggling with the SPS, I will eventually be starting up this tank, which was my fish only, into an SPS dominated reef soon. Hopefully by next month, I'll have this tank up and running, and I'll be doing monthly updates on this tank as well. Thanks for watching, and happy reefing!